Talk with Joshua Shaffer. He's the author of The Magic Kingdom, an unofficial Disneyland vacation guide. A lot of our fans out there are also obviously huge Disney fans.
Yeah.
People in this building with the Mickey Mouse bumper stickers and the Mickey Mouse license plate rims and the Disney this and the Disney that. We got a lot of people who are planning their summer vacations around a Disneyland visit. So you want to listen up. It's the unofficial guide to a Disneyland vacation with all the secret ins and outs of Disneyland and Disney World too. Joshua's got a lot to say. 95.3 KUIC. It's 7:41. On the line with me, a guy who may be cooler than me, you, and all of us combined. I'm talking about Josh Shaffer, who's the author of Discovering the Magic Kingdom, an unofficial Disneyland vacation guide. Josh, thanks for joining us this morning. I appreciate it. I hope you're there, for crying out loud. Josh, are you still there? Josh is... All of a sudden, it's not his fault necessarily. He may have been hung up on. But you know what? Here's the solution. We go right to the telephones.
Yeah, let's call Josh.
Right. Let's call him because I know I was speaking with him. Now, maybe one of his kids hung up the phone by accident.
It can happen.
Certainly happened to me before. We'll just go there. Of course, we don't want to reveal the phone number because it is his direct line to his private cell phone.
Verizon ringback tone while your party is reached.
All right. Well, we're going to find our party here. I just spoke with Josh. He's a great guy. Josh, is this you, I hope?
Yes, it is.
Good, Josh. We thought maybe that maybe one of your children had come by and hung up the phone. That I only say that because that's happened to me more times than I care to remember. Josh, good morning to you, by the way.
Good morning.
We appreciate you joining us on the program. I happen to have a copy of your book, Discovering the Magic Kingdom, an unofficial Disneyland vacation guide. I got it because not only did I grow up around Disneyland, my dad, who was 15 when Disneyland opened, was one of the first people to actually get into Disneyland because he lived down the street at the time. And people in this area are fascinated with Disneyland, the culture of Disneyland, the aura of Disneyland. One of my three kids, Jake, my middle kid, is obsessed with finding the hidden Mickey Mouses all over Disneyland. How did you get involved with your obsession with the Magic Kingdom?
Well, I started going back in 2001, and I just got drawn in by the positivity of the atmosphere and everything around there. And around the mid-2000s, about 2006, I started learning interesting fun facts about Disneyland. So I started writing them down, and I'd compile a list, and I would take it with me every time I go. And I'd meet friends in line, tell them my new fun facts, and I'd get new ones. I'd talk to people who were working there, and my list started getting longer and longer, ended up turning into a couple of pages, and I decided I should make this into a little book. So I purposely researched out fun facts about Disneyland. I had to look up specific attractions, research the history of them, find links between them and other things in the movies or whatever, and then it ended up just turning into a book from there after 4.5 years of researching and writing.
Yeah, you definitely put some effort into this, and for those of you who have not seen a copy of the book, it's not some little paperback pamphlet. I mean, this thing is a beautiful coffee table-sized book full of fun facts. You're calling them fun facts. I'm calling them like dinner table conversation for a year at my house because, again, like I said, my middle kid, Jake, has been obsessed with Disneyland since he was a little boy, and he was fascinated to find out where the hidden mice are. Some of the movie trivia you delve into, Josh, you find all kinds of interesting facts about the animated features going back to the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Yeah, I figured Disneyland isn't just about the attractions. It's about the movies that are the reason for the attractions. And the filming company in itself, I mean, everything there is just all together. Why not have information about the films themselves or the history of the hotels that are around it?
Well, and one of the things that I noted being an old timer, so to speak, because I've been going to Disneyland since the late 60s or into the early 70s. I would celebrate my birthdays there because we were close by. I grew up not far from Disneyland. I was fascinated by some of the rides that have come and gone. To me, I was a fan of the motorboat ride, which disappeared in 1988. I was in my early 20s. I remember going back there with a girlfriend saying, what we're going to do? We're going to take the motorboats around. And, hey, where'd the motorboats go? And your book chronicles some of the changes in the park itself.
Yes, I have a complete history of all the attractions that have come and gone and some future ones that are to come, which most of them have actually come out now because of the opening of Cars Landing, California Adventure, and the new central opening area of the park.
That's right. Go ahead, Jeff. You had a question for one Josh Shaffer.
Yeah, Josh, listen, I remember the haunted house back when I was a kid. I actually went on the haunted house a few years ago, and I'm still curious, how do they get that ghost right next to you on that ride? How does it's all mirrors, but how does it happen? What's the secret there?
It's still bugging Jeff. I know.
It's a two-way window. On the other side of the window, there's a small light that's lighting up an animatronic, ghostly-looking character, and so you can see through the mirror and see him. It's like if you're in an interrogation booth at a police station. If they turned on the lights inside the police booth, you'd be able to see the police and your own reflection.
Very familiar with that.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, Jeff Dorian, very familiar with how that interrogation technique works on both sides of the glass. But that's interesting stuff, Josh, and that's what this book really is about. Now, stick around, folks, because you're going to have a chance to meet Josh and get a copy of this book signed. We'll tell you how coming up.
That's your hometown traffic update. I'm Jeff Dorian.
Thank you, Jeff. It's 7:50. We're talking with Josh Shaffer, the author of Discovering the Magic Kingdom, an unofficial Disneyland vacation guide. Unofficial, I'm assuming, Josh, because you did this on your own. You did the research on your own. You didn't have Walt looking over your shoulder, making sure that everything was done to his impeccable standards, perhaps?
Yep, that's exactly it.
Okay. Well,
I did it on my own. I don't work for Disney. I just love the park, and all the information in there is fully accessible to everybody. It's just everywhere out there, and you have to go searching for it, and it took that long for me to find it all.
right. You described in the last break it took you 4 years worth of research and double-checking your facts when it came to, not only the different things that the park has to offer in previous rides and previous attractions, but a lot of details about the movies that some of those rides and park themes are based on.
Exactly. It's more like a mini encyclopedia book.
Yeah, very, very cool, and it's not a pocket guide to golf or something. We're talking about a pretty nice coffee table size book. Josh was kind enough to provide me with a copy of it earlier this month, and first of all, I ate it up. It's a real quick read, and it's a lot of fun, especially if you spend a lot of time going to Disneyland like I did as a kid. But my kids, who didn't grow up in Southern California, to them, we make this mecca trip to Disneyland every couple of years, and it's a huge deal to them, like it is to a lot of our listeners. Josh, you're going to have a book signing that takes place. Tell me a little bit about that so folks can go out there and get a copy of the book and meet you and get a signed copy.
It's in Brentwood at a little bookstore called Stories. It's 2 stores to the left of the downtown Brentwood movie theater.
Oh, yeah.
It's at 629 First Street in Brentwood, and I'm going to be there on the 14th of this month at about 11 o'clock in the morning for a couple hours. And I'm going to have Princess Rapunzel there with me to paint faces.
Very nice.
And we can hang out, talk about Disney. Books are available for $20. I'll autograph it for whoever you want or whatever. If you can't make it in, you can always get a copy from my website, discoveringthemagickingdom.com, for $20. I do have free shipping. Or if you don't want to have to carry around a big book, it is available as an ebook for only $5.95 on my website as well. It links to my publisher, and then it gets downloaded straight from there. But it is also on pretty much every single book website out there, like Barnes & Noble, Amazon, and things I've never even heard of. And I have a Facebook page just for current fun facts that I learn or information about the park that I just randomly post.
And are you at Joshua C. Shaffer? Is that the Facebook page that folks can visit? Because that's another great way to link up to you.
It's Discovering the Magic Kingdom.
Discovering the Magic Kingdom. Well, go check it out. Become a friend. Josh, thanks a lot for taking some time with us, and good luck with the continuing pursuit of all things Disney.
Hometown Mornings
on 95.3 KUIC.